The war, the Civil War, PGA, LIV. Part of me is aghast that all these marquee players would take blood money from Saudi Arabia to jump to the LIV. The ones that left behind, there's been another wave of young guys that have grown, but they're not to replace the Koepkas and the Dustin Johnsons and the DeChambeaus and the great veteran that was Mickelson who left. The TV ratings are on the floor. PGA has lost like 30% of its TV ratings for all their events. LIV, nobody watches.
Right.
I told John Riley last weekend, their final round of Greenbrier, the star tournament here in West Virginia, LIV had 165,000 viewers. They were outdrawn by pickleball in the Little League World Series. They're not on anybody's radar. And now there's these merger talks that are going on, and they've talked for 2 years, and they can't get a deal done. I've been told that the veterans, the Xander Schauffele's and the Scotty Schefflers of the world, and then to a degree, I think Rory McIlroy, they want this thing solved. They want a merger, but they're not going to let those guys who got all that guaranteed money and violated their tour cards, they're not going to let them come back without some form of entrance fee to pay your way back in or a penalty. So, John, you and I have walked the fairways at Torrey Pines, and we love that tournament. It's got great history and legacy. But your perception of where the PGA is and how do you solve this LIV war?
Well, we're talking about Dean Spanos ultimately, taking the Chargers up to L.A. I think the PGA played a part in it. I mean, I realize the LIV Golf Tour gave a ton of money, and there are a bunch of guys who were willing to take that easy payout to go, get guaranteed money without having to win a tournament. But, I think there were a lot of things that led to that. I think there was a lot of frustration about maybe the way PGA was being run. But now, I mean, neither side is winning.
No.
Neither side is winning. And I'll be honest with you, Lee, I watch golf very little now. Because I don't know from one weekend to the next who's playing in what tournament. And it's just not as fun as enjoyable. You don't have those great matchups coming down the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th hole on Sunday to where you want to sit on your rear end and watch golf. And I think, people that like golf, I think they want to go out and play golf rather than watch golf because I think they're all frustrated with what's going on right now. I think there probably has to be a penalty. But again, at the end of the day, those guys are all independent contractors the way I see it. So I don't know. There might be a meeting of the minds and figure it out. But I don't think you're going to solve it. If those guys come back, there's going to be a certain percentage of the guys on the PGA Tour that are going to be angry.
I think so, very much so. All right, those are topics on the table.